guys, Penadale here, and welcome back to, yeah, Zelda Classic. Oh boy. So, Hyrule's Resurrection. So we're doing the, Whirlpool dungeon, and I am narrating it best I can, and this is, of course, post-commentary, because I did the entire damn thing and my mic was off. So first we took the top Whirlpool. Now we could go left, but all that will do is take us to a Patra and then a warp to a place where we can buy clues. I don't want to be in here any longer than I actually have to be, so I'm skipping that. I will tell you about the clues. You have to pay for them anyway. It's your usual pay for information thing. So instead we're going to go right over the flashing spikes. Seriously, Jamian, you could have just made them red. I think we would have known. This room also has a Patra, which is, as you can hear, is getting the best of me. You just have to, it's a circle Patra. Ow. On the right side is water and another whirlpool. Just carefully. You have to jump over the spikes, too. Really, just have your feather on. It is one of the most important things in this place. It really is. I cannot believe I forgot the goddamn microphone is on. But yeah. This place is annoying. And yeah, I am not dead. I'm about half dead. I'm down to 4.5 hearts. But now I'm also down to just the big Patra, so I'm going to kill him. Easy. I'm right in between the spikes, which is... You gotta be careful. I will actually walk into the spikes accidentally later. But he drops us a fairy! Well, actually, he dropped us a single rupee, but the room prize is a fairy. So we go into the whirlpool, and now we have come out completely different. Now, the first of the clues that place that you can buy stuff told us is that you have to dive in a room of the dungeon. Doesn't say anything other than a room, which we did, and you come up somewhere else. But if you move again before you actually come up, you will go back, so don't do that. Instead, you get to fight 3 Goriah 3s, which is really, really shitty, especially when you're trying to get out of the damn water. Jamian, maybe you could have made it so that it was easier to do. But what you want to do is put down the enemy bait, and then put down a bomb, for the most part. Ugh. I just keep getting whacked by these guys, because their boomerangs, of course, home in. But for doing that, we got our first key. Yeah, this dungeon. This dungeon is a thing. And I just am F6ing because we had to come all the way back to this front room anyway. You see, there are 2 whirlpools. The top one took us where we went before. Now we're going to take the second one, the bottom one. And, you know, I was slow enough on health that really that F6 was necessary. This place is just a thing. So now we are in a completely different room, which is just full of... You just swim north. It's sort of a 2-room room, and in the top half screen of the room, there's a whirlpool, which we will take. And we come out into a rather interesting room. There's a door on the left and a door on the right, and the door on the right has a tiny little square of land, and then there are eyeballs. This dungeon actually has a lot of eyeballs. Several times when I have come in here, 1 or more of those eyeballs has spawned on the tiny little area of land, and it can't do anything, and it just sits there and you can snipe it to death. Didn't happen this time. I'm just basically sniping eyeballs, waiting for that stupid Zora Octorok, hopefully, to come close enough for me to kill. Oh, I could have done it there, but I didn't. And now I lost my sword beams temporarily. I'm fine. And finally I killed the Zora Octorok, and there I killed the last eyeball, and it dropped me magic, not like I need it. So now we're going to go left, because there's a Patra in there that has the map. And, well, the map is kind of nice, I guess. So put on your feather. Now this room only has a set of giant spikes in a spike strip in the middle, and this is an oval Patra. So I can actually snipe at it from a distance and not have to try and get up close and personal. I keep missing, but at least it's a lot easier than it could be. Especially as this Patra doesn't really seem to want to crowd me. I can totally live with that. Your biggest problem in here, this one is definitely much lower in difficulty than like the rest of the dungeon. However, he will sometimes hide in the walls where you can't get him. But we got the map, which is a big spiral. It looks like a cream cake, one of those swirl cream cakes that's, you know, the kind that's rolled up. It's supposed to be a whirlpool, but I still think it looks like a cream cake. But that could be because, you know, it's about 4 in the afternoon and I want a snack. Anyway, back to the enemy bait, because this room is also full of level 3 Gorayas. And what I'm going to do is, what you really should do is time your shots so that you're not hit by those freaking, boomerangs. I'm not very good at that, though. So I just use my arrows to snipe at them from a distance. Oh, hey, a heart. And of course, I can't get at it because they're right in my way. So we're gonna try to see if I can't get that heart before it fades. And I can! Yay! And there's another key. This is our second one. Oh, God. God, this is so awful. Oh. Anyway, so we get that one. And now we get to warp back. Unfortunately, as it's not, the warp won't go back to the front of the dungeon, I don't get to F6. I could, but it's not really... I'm not that dead, and it's not that important. So now for the second clue, which is that you have to swim through a wall in this dungeon, and this is the one. At the top of this room, there is a walk-through or swim-through wall. So, hey. And then we get to go through here. And it's another room full of those stupid eyeballs. Oh, I don't like this room. And yeah, head straight for the door, because there's a door at the top of the room. The bottom half of the room is water, which is where the whirlpool that you came in come from, and the top is land, and there's a door at the top. Also, the Zora Octorok shots can hit you in that door, so, you know, make sure that you're not stabbing when the thing takes a shot at you. Alright, and now on to the other end, and it's just a room with two whirlpools. A left whirlpool and a right whirlpool. The left whirlpool goes to a dead end that has nothing in it but combat, so we're not screwing with that. We're going to go straight for the right whirlpool. Because we really don't want to be here any longer than we have to be. And now we've got a room with a key door at the right and 2 sets of spike strips on the floor. And I'm trying to kill these Zora Octoroks, hoping for a heart, but mostly out of spite, and they keep hurting me. So, really, I don't think it's that good of an idea. So, yeah, at this point, I just decided to put my feather back on and go. No, stay on the feather, self. I moved the boomerang for a second, but no. I really shouldn't. Because it's another room with 2 strips of spikes, and on the right hand, there's water and 2 whirlpools. The top leads to a dead end, the bottom leads to progression. So we're just going to go straight into the progression one. Now, the top half of the room is water with the whirlpool, the bottom half is land with a spike strip in the middle and a bunch of eyeballs, which are going to keep running over us. Yeah, just honestly, I would keep your feather on 90% of the time in this dungeon. I'm stomping eyeballs. Gotta love it. And there's a key door at the bottom of the room. I'm stopping for a bit. I'm not sure exactly why. Checking my map again, there are a lot of rooms in this place I am never going to visit because they're dead-end stupid things. You really shouldn't whatever. Anyway, so now that we go down, there's another room with a spike strip in the middle of the land half, and then at the bottom, there is water with a whirlpool. A left whirlpool, and one appears on the right. That's what that chime you heard was. So we're going to take the left whirlpool, even though I really, really don't want to. And we're going to set me up with the enemy bait because there are Goriah 3s here. I'd really rather not be here, and honestly, if it weren't for you guys, trying to show you guys, I probably wouldn't be here, because all that's in here is the compass. So I put the enemy bait down, jump away over the spikes, and set a bomb and get the compass. And then I set the boomerang and thought it was the feather and walked right into the spikes. I'm not sure if these are one-hit kill or if they just hurt a lot. So I cut it out, came back, realized, oh wait, I already got the compass before I died, doofus. But this way, you know where I'm starting from, so oops. I don't actually die again in this dungeon, which is pretty nice. Or at all, actually, in this episode. So, yeah, I made it back. And now we're gonna go back into the whirlpool that's on the left side and just hope I don't die. Now we take the whirlpool on the right side of the room, which leads to a room with 3 whirlpools. The one we came out of in the upper left corner, one in the upper right, and then one in the lower center. We want to take the upper right whirlpool, I believe. We'll see here in a second. I can't remember. This bit is kind of a thing. Yeah, we did take the upper right whirlpool, which leads us into a room with the water on the left, spike strip and land on the right, and a door on the right. We go through and we come into a room that has a key block on the left, a line of blocks locking us off, and 3 Goriah 3s on the other side of the blocks. So we put down the enemy bait and we snipe at the Goriah 3s and try not to die. Normally what you're technically supposed to do is come up the whirlpool that is in the upper right-hand corner of the room, kill the Goriah 3s, a key will drop, then you come back to this side, unlock it, and then go back to that side. But honestly, it is a lot easier to kill the Goriah 3s from over here, because they can't really get at you. So that is what I did. It means that we have to backtrack a bit more, but it's fine. So yeah, we go back into the water, and back into the whirlpool, and into the upper left-hand whirlpool. I do like this music. I have to say, this is good music. But yeah, I'm just sort of checking things around, making sure I know where to go next. It's a thing. I went into the wrong whirlpool. Or no, I went into the right whirlpool. It's not the upper left one. We went into the center, the down center one. If I'm in the, yeah, I am. If you go in, now there's one in the lower left and one in the lower right. Lower right goes to a dead end. Lower left goes to the room with the key. So now we get the key, go back into the whirlpool, which takes us out, go into the upper center whirlpool, which takes us to the lower center in the previous room. And now we're going back to the upper right, yeah, and unlock the key block. Yes, it's annoying. But we are done. Luckily, those Goriah 3s and the key that we fought to get that key, they are the last challenge in the dungeon. So if we can get back to where we were, so back into the central bottom, back into the lower left, try to stay down and not get hit with Octorok fire, jump over the spikes, and we come into the final room of the dungeon and get our prize. The magical sword, yes! And in the lower left, or right-hand corner, there's a whirlpool that takes us back to the first room of the dungeon, and we're out. You can look now, people. Oh God, I mean that hurt me. Jamian, I gotta say, we're gonna warp, by the way, back to the level 1 warp point, cause yeah, I want to get some hearts. Jamian, I understand what you were trying to do, but I would like to take this moment to comment. 15% of the population. We warped to the level 2 warp point there for some reason. Wait, I don't have to narrate anymore. You guys can watch now. Anyway, 15% of the population, which is roughly 1/6, are migraine sufferers. They will have at least 1 migraine a year. Fully 1/3 of the population are prone to motion sickness when, say, the screen wobbles, but their inner ear is telling them something that their visual sensors aren't, or vice versa. That means that anywhere from 1/3 to 1/2 of people will have an adverse reaction to that thing that you did. And I'm sorry, but that's a pretty big number. And the thing is, I understand what you were going for, but I think you could have achieved it fairly easily without... Oh yeah, magic sword, one-shot stuff. Well, one-shots blue moblins, one-shorts blue moblins. Green ones are still pretty tanky, though, as you can see. Yeah. So, yeah, you could have, if you had wanted... We're gonna go to the Treasure Island, by the way. I think if you had wanted, you could have had the wobble be only on that first screen as a transitional effect. So yeah, these bugs really like the enemy bait, which we said. The spikes, like I said, you could have just made them blood red. They still would have looked more dangerous, and it would have, I think, been obvious that they were not the same spikes we got hurt on. But this is our next mini-dungeon. There's something very important here, and I'm going to do most of it today. This is going to be a longer episode. I hadn't intended it to be, but I was only at 15 minutes when I finished the Whirlpool, and that was too short. So, we get to take on the Treasure Island. Yarr, matey. Sorry. I like Muppet Treasure Island myself. I mean, a powerful wizard rules this island. He guards some special magic. He can turn invisible, but he'll appear if you hurt him enough. Yes, he will. So yeah, there's a lot of things. One thing I am going to do, since we have almost 600 rupees, is I'm going to pick up more money. There's a huge amount of money on this, in this dungeon. There's, of course, the 20 and the 50 we picked up while we were here last time. And I am heading to pick up even more. Let's see, there's 1 200, 2 200s, 2 100s, so that's 600, plus a 50, that's 650, plus the 50 we got before, that's 700, plus another 50, there's 790 rupees on this island, just in pickups. And yeah, now we're in a completely different part because we burned our way through. And that kind of looks suspicious, doesn't it? If I can get to the bombs, I will show you. Yeah, luckily I don't need super bombs. I know how to get past the maze. So do I. I'm not paying you for it. I mean, I could. But he charged 100 rupees before I got the wealth medal. So, yeah. Okay, luckily you can put the bait down on bushes. That helps a lot. Kill these guys. But yeah, I mean... I understand, you know, if you don't have those issues, but it's not that people... Not like people who play who don't... It's not like migraine sufferers don't play and enjoy video games on occasion. We do. They do. And certainly, I, who have no visual sensitivities, get headaches and get a little nauseated from playing the Whirlpool. I gotta wonder how many times how many play testers you had, because that really was kind of egregious. But you know, that's a pretty minor thing, and certainly I wouldn't be playing this quest if the rest of it didn't totally make up for it. I just think it's something you and any other designers might want to keep in mind in the future. So we've got another... What's the word I want? Stairway, which I can't seem to get into. I found this on the shore. I think it's a treasure map. It is the map of the Treasure Island. And it is a parrot, yes. Well, I mean, it's a bird shape, but what else is the shape of Treasure Island going to be? One leg, Jim. Count 'em. 1. Sorry, like I said, I suppose it could be Gonzo, but... No. No, it's just a parrot. I'm pretty sure. And now we are in the maze path. And I do know the maze path, so I, and it is west, west, east, north. So, yeah. And for a second I couldn't remember which way was west, because you know me. I didn't mean to get that, dang it. West, west, east, and north. And as you can see, I am about to put on my feather, because up here is a Patra 2. Jamie, and you are such a fucker. So this fight takes forever, and it's not the only one on here. I suggest that what you do is use your feather, not only to dodge, but to make up the distance so that you can get in and out quickly, because you're actually going to spend a significant amount of time away from this asshole. Also, he's going to spend a significant amount of time hiding in the bushes. Dick. Get in, make sure that you use your slash. I'm not doing very well at using my slash, but using your slash and hitting things from side on makes it much easier to avoid the Patra. You have a little more distance and a little more time to react when he spits a fireball at you. That doesn't mean you will, but it means you can. And at this point, I was thinking, oh man, this has kind of gone on a long time. If he kills me, I'll just end this episode here. So you can probably guess, looking at how much of the episode is left, he does not kill me. But not for lack of trying. So yes, the whole point is stay away from him. Just get in, get a few hits, get out. Use your feather so that you're not, because it is much easier to dodge using the feather. I mean, you can dodge on your feet, but if he hits you with a barrage of fireballs like that, you may have some issues. And if you're in his ring when he expands, it can be much harder to dodge him. Damn it. I'm really sucking here. Of course, the game suggests, and I think it specs, that you are going to use the hurricane spin on these guys, but the hurricane spin has a problem. If you get hit with a fireball or a patraling, it knocks you out of your attack, and then you're kind of a sitting duck. So you can get comboed very, very quickly, so I don't use it for anything other than Patra 1s. Well, that's not true. It doesn't work badly on Patra 2s once you got them down to the central bug. Speaking of, I really like this design of the Patra 2, and I think, given what it is, I think it is and given where we find it, it is a reference to Edgar Allan Poe's famous story, The Gold Bug. That story is well known to anybody who's really into cryptanalysis, and as something later in this game, in this quest will show, Jamian does seem to be. Seriously, dude, stop it. And the gold bug is a large beetle that it looks like a skull, which winds up sort of setting off the main plot. It's a pretty short story. It's a good short story. It's not creepy like a lot of Poe's work. I would check it out. But this bug is shaped like a skull. I suspect that is part of the intention. That's where now I think some of the design element probably also comes from the Skulltula, because that certainly looks like an Ocarina of Time Skulltula. But I gotta wonder if the gold bug isn't an influence too. So yes, stay out of his way, just keep smacking at him, and you will slowly start whittling his ring down. Don't get greedy, because that's when you get a fireball in the face. If you get a hit, just get out, like that. That worked really well, and sometimes you'll go, oh, I didn't even need to do that, because he won't actually spit a fireball at you. But then he spits like 4, and, that's when you've gotten greedy and overconfident, and, you get set on fire. Oh, I'm so glad those things don't actually do fire mechanic. I don't think this can do fire mechanic like in actual Minish Cap. That's just no fun. So yeah, move in, move out, and this jerk he loves to stay hidden in the bushes where you can't really get at him very well. See, I'm getting impatient at this point because I just want him dead. But I'm down to 2 hearts. So yeah, it's kind of an issue. But there we go. We've got him down, so I'm gonna kill him. And just, now that he's down, he is less dangerous because he can't hit you with the expanding rings anymore. But he can still throw fireballs at you, and you want to keep, you want to keep jumping. Yeah, like I said, the game, I think, really does expect you to use the hurricane spin on him, but I don't find that it works very well. So, I thought about just F6ing and quitting here, because we're at 25 minutes, and I probably should have, but I didn't realize exactly how long it was going to keep taking, so you get a long episode. Oops. I should have just gone with a short one, but I hate quitting in the middle of things. It's one of my issues. So yeah, you've seen all these areas, and we're just gonna go back through them again. The bushes all respawn. So do the bugs. The bugs, by the way, will die in 1 hit from anything, including just the magical boomerang. So, that's a thing. But they do a lot of damage to you, and they swarm, so don't go thinking they're not dangerous, because they are. Alright, so now we get to go through the area where the X marked the spot, and we got the, what's that thing called? The wealth medal. Come on, die. Thank you. There's something there that I'm going to show off. We can't actually do yet. It's something to keep in mind for when we've actually finished the dungeon. Well, mini dungeon. But first, we kill all of these guys. Come on. You get to die. Alright. And here we are. Yeah, there's only like 5 bugs on this screen, which is weird. But we can't do anything here yet, but keep that weird omega circle in mind for later. So we go down, and oh crap. Yeah, I couldn't remember if there were also bees on that screen, but Jamian is not that sadistic. So we are going to basically move as fast as we can. See, there's actually no reason to fight that Patra 2 unless you want the 20 rupees that are in that chest, which, honestly, I don't. It does mean that every time you come through here, you will have to deal with it again, but seriously, given my problems with Patra 2s, just not worth it. It really isn't worth it. Yeah. It'll be a lot easier, too, trying to get down from the top of the screen, which is what will happen when I come back here later. So we come through here, move along, and we'll slowly regenerate health, which is nice. Yeah, those Patra 2s pack a big punch, and there is, in fact, a secret passage up in those bushes, which I'm realizing now. Let's see. And, yep. You do use up a lot. And that's to 200 rupees. I really don't actually want that right now, because there's going to be 2 100s on my path to the boss. And if I got this, I'd have to leave those behind, and honestly, this one will be easier to get coming back later. So yeah. More bugs. More magic. And then we have this place. Yeah, Jamian really expects that you will be using the hurricane spin. That one is another 50. Yes, it is. It's another 50, and I am going for that. There. Yeah, down there at the bottom. You can use the, yeah. If you use the candle between 2 rows, it will hit both of them. It makes it much easier to burn your way through. So, now we head up again. And, yeah, okay. There's that key up there, but we can't do anything about that just yet. And then on this screen, if we kill everybody, we get a fairy, which I could stand to have. I mean, I've already regened, and you might want to wait, but fairies are, like, what, 7? I think there's 7 hearts in this game, which is nice, and you might actually want to wait to get it. You can just leave the fairy and it'll be there when you come back. I probably should have, but, well, hindsight is 20/20 and all that. Yeah, if we come up this way, before we do anything about that suspicious rock formation, yeah, we can't do anything. So, we have to come down here. Yeah, that bit's pretty obvious, isn't it? And we bomb and move through the depression. And come up here. And kill more bugs. Just call us the Orkin Man. So first we go down. Yeah, I was checking my map because I couldn't remember if we went down or up first. But no, first we want to come in here. That's another 50. Which I do not get because there's that 100 that I am going to get. That 50 will wait, maybe. Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of money here that you don't, and you will never need to get it because you can always go and grind up on that place full of Octoroks, especially once you beat level 5, which we may do, which we will probably do here, actually, once I am done with this place. There's a lot of other things we can do. So, yeah, I really should have left that fairy behind, and you'll see why, but given the way I actually go about this, it's meh. Okay, so that is the next 100. And now, so, what's in the next room? If you said a Patra 2, then you know Jamie and other answers, acceptable answers would be trollage, a dick move, or suffering the likes of which mere mortals cannot comprehend. Yeah. Ugh. I wrote that joke in advance. You knew I was going to use it. Ow. Dick. Yeah, I can't sweat. I just cannot snipe these guys. My evasion skills are poor. Plus, this room is, I think, slightly smaller than the other one. So again, it's the same thing. Stay at a distance. Try not to get sniped. Use your feather. And this guy really, really likes hiding in the bushes. That's another reason I don't actually think that the, that was some stylish dodging there, actually. That the hurricane spin is such a good idea, because you'll fetch up on the bushes and he won't. Yeah, I'm just... You gotta, like I said, you know, use the slash, Luke. Stay away. Hit him, you know, hit him from the side so that you're just hitting him with the slash bit. Just keep jumping. That was pretty good. And then use the feather to get away, because you often can't outrun the fireballs. Just like in real life, the fireball is probably faster than you. Keep that in mind if you're ever setting explosives. I'm a chemistry major, I know what I speak of. Getting that one last guy is always a pain in the ass because he just, you know, it's so hard to get down there and you gotta wait for him, and meanwhile you're a sitting duck for the fireballs. So, you know, wait, count 1, 2, 3, then move in. Yeah, you wanna wait until he's done expanding because, see? There we go. Now he's half dead. The ring isn't so bad, but boy, he's starting to spam a bit. Stay out of his way. You just stay down, dodge the fireballs, wait till he stops expanding, get in / get out. Don't get greedy. And take your own advice, doofus. Use the feather much more than you are. You have half magic. Half magic is really, really nice for fighting this place because you're really, really going to want to be able to, well, maybe do the hurricane spin. Like I said, I don't like it, but you may want to. Just, yeah, in and out. This guy is just really, really annoying. There, and now, you know, we're almost dead, but so is he. So just take it slow, as fast as you can, or as fast as you can, as slow as you can. But you know, just keep whittling away at him. You can see when the fireball starts. That may or may not give you enough time to jump it or to dodge it. And now that I am in, you know, peril beam status, I can shoot at him from a distance. And luckily, that got us the boss key. So yeah. At this point, I'm pretty much, you know, it's a, God knows, however many minutes, 35 minutes. We've been doing this way too long, and I will have to die. This is how we move on. So I am going to save it here and move on, and come back, you know, next time we will move on, take on the boss, and finish things up. So thank you guys for joining me for Let's Play Stranded, damn it, Hyrule's Resurrection.